No, I'm going live to the trading desk. I got Victor Adair on the line with me. Victor, I got to go from last weekend. You said, you know what? And I think it's great advice. When you get unsure, move to the sidelines. When it looks a little puzzling, well, that's what you told us you had done. You'd had a good trading month at that point, so why blow it in some uncertainty? Did that change during the week? Did things clear up, or you're still in the sidelines?
No, Mike. Actually, this past week was a great example that trading is not a game of perfect. You never bat 1,000 on the trading side. And for instance, I started the week with a long position in the U.S. dollar index, but the euro currency continued to rise early in the week, despite the fact that the whole European banking sector, like the share prices of the European banks, is just getting hammered. And I thought, I just can't make any sense of this, and I'm losing money on the trade, so I had to get out of it. And then at the end of the week, of course, the U.S. dollar is up huge on the employment data. Same thing with the Canadian dollar. I'm short the Canada. Canada refuses to go down. So I think, well, okay, I have something wrong here. I don't understand. I got out of that, and then Canada takes a big dump on Friday. So it's like, oh, boy, I'm glad there were small positions, but you certainly don't put the puck in the net every week.
Yeah. Let me just quickly say or ask you, we had the rate cut out of Great Britain, the rate cut out of Australia. It's just more of the same, not just in their methods, but it's also, the influence on the market. Obviously the British pound's going to take a beating after that.
Yeah, and the pound was down on that. The central banks, continue. It's a central bank market you're trading out there, and, ignore it at your peril. If I could segue there, but here's the thing. There is a massive short position in the British pound. And I'm wondering, and this is not a trade recommendation, I'm just wondering if maybe Europeans who are afraid of what's going on in Europe, and they're looking at how expensive it is to put your money in Switzerland, the foreign exchange rate there, how much it is maybe less expensive to go to U.S. dollars, if maybe some Europeans are going to think, hey, maybe I could just buy British pounds now that they're outside the euro. It's pretty close to home. The British pound has been hammered for about 20% or so here in the last month or so. Maybe it's a bargain. I'm just wondering. That's the sort of thing as a trader that you do. You see a market that's with this huge short position. You think, okay, the news is out. Maybe there's a natural buyer. That's an idea anyway.
Especially when there's a big position that's playing it to go down. My bet is if you get that sort of even interim bottom, man, the slingshot move up might be significant in a few days. As people cover their shorts, they've made a lot of money, and they say, hey, I'm going to lock in my profit at this point. So that's a very interesting market to watch. Hey, Vic, before I let you go, I got to ask you a couple more things. Let me just go very quickly. The market's making a bet on the presidential election. Who's going to win?
Hillary.
According to the markets.
Yeah,
Sorry,
according to the market, Hillary's it's a lock. By the way, thank you very much for having my old buddy Greg on, and I very much agree with him that, very short term here, the gold market looks like it could have a setback, and I also very much agree with him that the Canadian dollar looks at risk of falling a lot more.
Very quickly, what about oil? That's the one we haven't talked about. It's actually going according to plan here. We were very clear on money talks. You were very clear saying, at that $50, $51 mark, the party's over and we're heading back down. You got any numbers for us right now? Do you think it's going down further? And then do you have sort of I know the market will tell you, but still a broad target?
I had covered my short positions in oil the week before, and it fell more early this week, and I thought, I'm out too early. But then we're up about 5% from I think we had 4-month lows midweek. I think there's some potential for oil prices to climb a little bit here, but it's still, my hero here is Joseph Schachter. It is a supply-demand story. There's a hell of a lot of oil out there, and the demand's just not there. So I think there's a risk on that basis of oil prices going lower, certainly below $40 again.
We'll keep an eye on it. Victor, thanks very much for finding time for us. Good stuff.
Good to talk to you, Mike.
My thanks to